True fans live for their team. For those true U of A fans, there is Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. Greg, so much has been made of Arizona's injuries and their bad luck and all the things that have kind of stockpiled up. You forget sometimes that they are still owners of one of college basketball's most impressive streaks.
Impressive is the right word. Did you know Duke's longest ever winning streak at Cameron is 46?
Right, and as it stands today, Arizona has a 47-game home winning streak at McHale Center. Their last loss coming when?
Don't even ask me.
San Diego State 2011, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
San Diego State 2011. Since then, they have run the table at home for now almost 4 consecutive years. I mean, it's for what it is, it's incredible.
Nobody does it. Nobody does it. Oregon's longest winning streak in the history of Mac Court, 84 years, was 26.
Wow.
ASU's longest winning streak ever at home in basketball is 20.
Wow.
And that was the first 20 games of their new arena.
Really? When they first moved into Wells Fargo Center?
I mean, Cal's longest winning streak in history is 23.
And you look at Arizona, not to demean all of these other programs, but this isn't even the largest winning streak at Arizona, not by a long shot.
Now, if you happen to be here in the late 80s, early 90s when it got to 71, and what made that streak so, and what makes it so romantic is that they lost it in one of the great games ever to UCLA on a last-second shot.
Derek Martin.
Yeah. I mean, that's what made that streak so, it was big enough. It didn't have to get to 81.
Right.
But that was just classic.
Right. Why do you think Arizona's had so much success at home? Is it, as Sean Miller would probably tell you, the fans? Is it the opponents? Is it talent? What is it?
Man, you know, it's hard. The 71-game streak was talent.
Right.
And the Pac-12 was really bad then.
Right.
The 81-game streak that ended in 1951 was, Arizona was good, the best it had ever been, and they played really bad teams. But this one's neither one of those things.
Right.
I think the crowd and the support here has a lot to do with it, obviously.
Sure. Well, you just came back from trips to USC and UCLA. Those were two of their largest home crowds, respectively, of the year, and they were not much of a factor.
At USC, they had 7,500 people in an 11,000-seat arena, and it was about 40% Arizona fans. Right. It was a good atmosphere, but it wasn't one of those, oh, we're never going to win here places.
Right. What do you think is the toughest place to win in college basketball?
Oh, I would say at Kansas when that crowd is going nuts. But, you know, on a given night, it could be anywhere. It could be any of 40 places. That's what's so good about college basketball.
Oh, I know. Duke, North Carolina, Syracuse. I mean,
Iowa State.
Iowa State, tough place. I think the Kennel at Gonzaga is tough. I think the Pit at New Mexico is tough. I mean, you want to talk about even taking it one step further. Would you want to go play at Wyoming?
No.
I mean, in the cold at elevation with those fans?
No.
I wouldn't.
Last year when Arizona played at Salt Lake City, that was as loud as I'd heard a Pac-12 arena. Matched by here. And I remember thinking in the first half, Arizona cannot win this game, and Arizona won it.
And for what it's worth, you can make the argument that Utah isn't even the toughest place to play in the state of Utah. Utah State is crazy.
Right, BYU.
BYU, 20,000-seat arena.
And when I was in college, Weber State was the hardest place on the planet to play.
Really?
Because they were an NCAA tournament team then. They played in a 4,000-seat gym like Bear Down Arena. You had no chance there.
Wow. Well, Arizona still with an impressive streak, 47 consecutive games, and possibly counting Washington and Washington State come to town this weekend. Washington, I think, is going to be a really tough opponent. Yeah. But Washington State, you think they'll cruise?
They've got a couple players.
They're better than they've been.
Yeah.
But we could very well see that streak extend to 49 here by the end of the week. That'll do it for this edition of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, what's the easiest place to play in America?
I don't think there is one. Idaho State.
I'll say like the battle for Atlantis in the Bahamas. If you're in the Bahamas, there are 200 people there. It's easy.
Yeah.
I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with pop money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union, smart choice.